Bro, I had a great steak and egg breakfast, but I'm utterly disgusted. I read I had a 40-minute video, after the shit that I was talking about, that lady Joanne. I mean, we met her husband Brian, we just, internal family systems and the unburdening of all it was just a beautiful aspect of just looking into all the things, the psyche. And then I deleted the video on accident. Here I am at now, chapter 18. Fucking photo booth. I exited out instead of hit stop, and then 41 dust, nigga, hurts. But I was saying too in the context of that video, like hitting chapter 18, 300, and only having like 60 pages left. That I do plan to put another hour into this, but we're gonna be starting On Your Path, Change Your Life right now. But there's something I would want to bring back from the last video, which is like just two quotes, right? I'm talking about filling in the holes and creating structures. But William James, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind, which is more encompassing than just the statement gives on to. Attitude is literally, like your whole existence being the experience of the psyche and its inference into what, why, where, how, and the voices as the self, and yada yada yada, man. I really wish I had that video. It was so much more explained better. I was going in. But then the second quote from Jung was, it is not that something different is seen, but one sees differently. It is though the spatial act of seeing would change by a new dimension. I stopped right where it was getting into the holes in the soul that result from not being wanted, being seen, and being allowed. And my now understanding myself more, mine was always born more so out of not being wanted. And that's why I was telling myself again, this is why I'm not saying this is going to help me heal a sense of wanted or worth, but the not being wanted, developing like a fear of then, I think, being seen is now like, well, read and rant online, nigga. Like, there's some aspect of being like, it's out there to the void, may find its way to one viewer in fucking Pakistan, Korea, whatever. Somebody find entertainment relevant, or maybe decide to pick up a book. But yada yada yada, visual sense of agency and so forth. Shout out to Paul Conti for the whole agency and gratitude and salience. But yeah, I need to work on self-worth. But how do you feel inherently worthy? It's a big deal. But either or, can't cry over spilled milk. As they say, I didn't get too mad. I did have a great 20-minute yoga with Jessica. Shout out to her. I cooked a steak and egg breakfast. And then after this, I still got to get to a meditation. And the rest of the fucking day, it's 9:21 now. I've already read for a fucking hour, so let's get it. We're gonna throw away this Axon shirt. I don't work for them niggas. Alright, new book. Oh man, I can't wait to see. Honestly, outside of everything that I want to read, The Body Keeps the Score has been way better than I thought. And I thought that was just a filler book because I was on the red book and I was like, I gotta stop. This is something I want to hold dearly to remember. I felt like it was a transformational process happening to my frame of fucking reference for existence reading the red book right after coming off of Good Energy. So I was like, until I want to record myself, I can't read it. But now that I've actually recorded myself, I'm still dealing with other books, and now I'm starting a new book, but in due time. But yeah, as The Body Keeps the Score, according to that last chapter, bro, we don't want to be a Brian. That lady was running all over that nigga. And then he had to start figuring himself out. But alright, here we go. New color, since this is a blue book. Oh, bro, new book, but we're going with the purple. Sheesh, come on now. Come on now. A fucking little bit of a literal quarter scoop of pre-workout because I'm just tired. And then we got actual shit to do today. Car, cleaning, workouts, family, yada yada yada, nursing. And then yeah, uploads the 12th. If this shit doesn't get uploaded, then you're just gonna keep being weeks behind and holding yourself back. But alright, here we go. We'll get better at the editing and the music soon enough. First, just gotta get one thing up. Alright, let's open the book up. I love shit like this. To Sheila, to Hank and Josephine. Hank, who the fuck is named Hank anymore? Man, to my wife and pretty much to my kids, content. Forward, acknowledgement, the stories are the problem, the stories are the solution. Damn, that's just part 1 and part 2. Alright. Let's get this forward by Dave Ramsey. Really like the framing of this book so far. Compared to The Body Keeps the Score, man, font on the page is so much lighter and higher. Fuck, I haven't typed in a while. It's just a lot less words crammed in. Lies told to us by well-meaning people, or lies told about us by not so well-meaning people. It's been a challenging year. You can't change our past. I like that. To an extent, Winston Churchill said, out of intense complexities, intense simplicities emerge. We go back to that William James quote about the attitudes and about how, like, attitude, what is an attitude? It's like an emotional perspective of things. It's, what did you write down? An attitude is tied to, like, it's your relationship to the perception you cultivate of your context. A story of hope, despair, is a needlessly bound and ungodly comparison. There's people could be more observant of the cultivation of context, because what is suicide, depression, anger, rage, and all that repressed expression that turns into negative emotions that become unbearable, that become lifestyles of coping through food and entertainment, porn, drug use, and external validation. But emotions validate themselves, and if you lack mindfulness, you just are as you are, hearing a voice yap away. The incredible thing about your stories is that as long as you're breathing, your stories are being written. The question is, who's doing the writing? So how you wanted this bit? Let me not go back. Oh my god. 2 weeks. Should be here. Should be gone. We'll see how we go. It'll be a different background. Alright, Dave Ramsey. It's not some public relations skill. It's about being honest with yourself and doing the emotional, physical, relational, and spiritual work that only you can do. It's about taking control of all things for the sake of you. Just controlling the narratives. People don't understand that, like, the whole aspect of our non-physical being, which is like, I'm not in physical pain. You're just an expression of a narrative. Every single person telling themselves who they are, how they feel, how they go about. Story is everything. I don't even know. The linguistic framework called language is bounded by story to an extent. What else? What are you outside of this story? I'm a person, place, I'm a thing. What are you outside of the story? I'm something in a context. Human being, young boy, old man, son, future father. Alright, okay. Acknowledgements in the front. Alright, after the forward. Man, I'm so happy for you and your wife, Dr. John Deloney. It's what I would strive to be. Strive to have cultivated in my own life in this new future of robots, tech, and AI, and whatever it is. What I once sought in another. But then I saw this nice screenshot that says avoid a relationship, now understanding that she was dismissive of one. They usually don't work out because they don't grow with you. And even though they constantly are grabbing the books, it's just they don't grow with you. And I would take I want to say own this, but I don't know if that's the right word. I would take the idea of like, gotta be more outgoing. They're a big home, introspective body. That's why you got all these books and notes and crazy. And you're simpleton. You want it to grow and be intimate at the most fundamental level, but have more fun too. Alright, I'm skipping through Wade Wilson, Tracy Perel, Dr. Kristen Clark, okay. Steve Bonner, Jeff Smith, all the doctors, Sister Deloney, okay. Brother and Sister Deloney, that's a crazy way to say it. Kobe, my damn brother Luke, free breakfast with him. James Childs, Kelly Daniels, Suzanne Sims. in leadership. Here we go. ... Part 1. The stories are the problem. When things fall apart. You know what? I don't know why I want to tear up right now, because I just keep thinking about like the moment of my life or the context I'm in. You just spent the better half. You spent all your 20s. You met somebody the month after you turned 20, and you've pretty much been, let's say, not discarded, dismissed, minimalized, or as she distracts herself with her family dynamic, do whatever at 30. You get mad at yourself because it's like, while you had read Anxiously Attached and Emotional and Social Intelligence, and then having to read It's Not You, then How to Do the Work and The Art of Communicating, you kind of watch somebody stay stagnant, and now it's like, now you really know not to take the time you once did, if the behaviors aren't really modulating instantly, but you felt so compelled to show somebody what you thought they couldn't find anywhere else. I mean, recognize, whether you thought, I mean, that's the problem with romanticization of potential. Looking at life through rose-colored lenses, sometimes you start to miss what's right in front of you, and how you neglected your own needs by giving more to someone else that has no return on investment outside of the hard way of learning that lesson, I guess. Either or. It's coming out of a hot Texas summer. Okay. Notice cracks all inside your new house, sheetrock walls. Because it's a red brick ranch home. Okay. The internet can and will tell you anything you want to hear. Said the contractors wouldn't take my money. So you start seeing a problem. You start telling yourself a story about the cracks in the foundation of your new house. People are like, all right, life is good, brother. Your house is good. Call me later. Call me in 2 years. 2 years. Said the contractors wouldn't take my money. They were idiots, incompetent liars. Or maybe they felt sorry for me. After all, I was a young husband and father who possibly been sucked into the fire in a broken down house. I was an embarrassment. Damn, he called your architect, construction friend, drove his family out and he said, your house is good, it's strong. What you're seeing is cosmetic. The cracks are completely normal and not even that many. And dude, this conversation is over. I was deflated yet resolute. I trusted my friend, but also knew even the smallest people could be wrong sometimes. This incessant doubt creeping in from a story that's already been made true in your unconscious. Coming unhinged. Out of the problems with my house, my life was a chaotic blur. Senior student affairs. Senior student affairs. The students got wasted, ended up in hospital. There were drugs, fights, sicknesses, attempted suicide, car wrecks, kicked off a team, failing grades, rape and sexual assault, students or their parents passing away, paralyzing amounts of debt. These kind of challenges don't have office hours, and neither did I. So my job never did it. I lived on a merry-go-round. Damn. When the ambulance showed up, when somebody needed to call mom or dad to let them know their child was hurting or in jail or in a psychiatric ward, I was the guy to make that call. I was the guy people wanted around when the wheels were falling off, and I liked being that guy. I liked being in I was gifted at sitting with hurting people and walking them through their darkest moments. So then I roll out of bed the next morning, check my phone, squeeze in a workout, start all over again. Leave your brother's wedding early to deal with the student death? On it. Who could lead this new department? I'm the guy. Can you teach one more graduate course? Done. Interested in the second PhD? Absolutely. Want to present your research at a professional? For sure. The dream. I was married to a brilliant professor and scholar. No matter what, cosmetically, somebody seems to be professionally or physically, every dream could turn into a nightmare if they don't have spiritual and emotional health. They could be as mentally competent and as physically bountiful. But if they look at you and the internal dynamics don't connect with external speech, you won't know what's really going on. They won't express how they really feel. And before you know it, you're playing a game of what's going on shit, and somebody that's like, as Joanne was in the Body Keeps the Score, could be picking up guys at bars, and the husband's like, but are you okay? And like, fuck that. It's a fear I've already made manifest, I guess, in my life. Or having low self-worth and holding on to someone who can't care for you, right? Or not care for you like you're a parent, but who doesn't. That's the idea of like being upset in the end of like, but if they weighed 230, 240 over the last few years, like put on weight because of a sedentary lifestyle, couldn't get in, like there was no physical, mental, or emotional health, then what do you believe in spiritually? You believe in God, religion, ghosts, whatever. I mean, boy, shit, couldn't tell you. So at some regard, I let the conditions that I needed to be unmet while trying to serve somebody who wasn't serving themselves. What could you want anymore besides the truth and distance? Not truth and distance, but like, what could you want out of this person who wouldn't take care of themselves? And she don't want anything. So that's the relationship with you that you need to figure out. especially if you wanted your imagination of what was. In reality, this is who they've been. But he was married to a brilliant professor and scholar. And I said I didn't believe in God anymore, but I worked at a faith-based university. That's what I'm learning about sedative sleep with weed. It's like I could, being unconscious is different than restorative sleep. Way different. I got my magnesium here. Shit, some new ashwagandha. Ashwagandha sounds like a capital in Wakanda. Just a city state. I know what that feels like. So after years of pushing my body to the edge and chemically knocking myself out and pretending it was sleep, my body had started to eat itself. The more I looked for cracks, the more I found them. And this is how there was accepted. Projected it all onto the house. My house wasn't falling apart. I was. Nigga was in the mud looking for cracks and water to seep in. Ain't shit going on. And everybody told you it wasn't going on. It's kind of reminiscent. Like I still don't have a cause of my heart condition or problems that I've been feeling the last few months. Now I want to project it unconsciously as like I was so tired of working with somebody who just seemingly just did not have a. Because here's 3 things I had to look for in a partner. Now that passion, that curiosity. There was no passion in her. Or curiosity for life. I could stimulate conversations all day. I can give and give and give, and then you just recognize, man, I'm doing some heavy lifting, and I could barely get you to go to the sauna. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not educating yourself. You're not inspired or passionate, and you are becoming a preoccupied, just social media girl who's letting the world think for you. You can't think for yourself. I don't want to be Mr., but it's your trauma, and you could be in your physical health and metabolic dysfunction. You gotta get the mitochondria cellularly together, good energy, mindfulness, dopamine regulation, attention span. You gotta watch the first hour and the last hour, mainly with the phone and the screens and the blue lights. Build up and strengthen the corpus callosum, mindfulness, all this shit in the world, brother. Attachments. Animus, whatever you could call it. Zodiac signs. This person is, it's who they are. Now I'm in the between worlds of like, in the event that she came back wanted to take some time to figure things out. I'm like, I'm still gonna go to Spain with my family, but I do want to figure things out. I'd be so much more hesitant to give you any inkling of my heart again, because she's gonna what? You're gonna waste my time. I wasn't having a psychotic break, far from it, but I couldn't keep going like this. Man, I like that theologian and writer Frederick Buchanan. I don't know his name. Buckner. The story of one of us is the story of all of us. My story is your story, and your story is my story. We're bound together. Then everyone is struggling. Okay. Yeah, look, he does the thousands of his college-driven podcasts. Because one of the best things I've heard from Dr. Don Deloney, and referring to attachment with the lady who was being left by her husband of like 23 years, and he was being pretty much similar tendencies of a narcissist or dismissive, avoidant. It was like he had to tell her, you guys started so young that you were probably thirsty for love, to experience connection, relationship, but you didn't recognize, like I didn't recognize, that sometimes the only water that you had a little poison in it. Do you want to keep sipping it forever? It's a weird relationship between missing somebody and being like, yeah, but if they were back, you want to keep trying to motivate them. Girls out there who will read books. Every time you go to the gym, there's females there. I'm not working in a hospital yet, Trader Joe's warehouse, but once you become a CNA and get ready to take the HESI, you might find people in your program, but are you rushing to... What do you want out of that? Trying to have kids pretty fast? No, it's just more romantic at heart. That's probably why I kept this sinking ship afloat. At least you don't have kids. Alright, I guess that's been fucking 30 minutes. Come on page 12. Let me get to the real book first.
I think it's cool. It's what the kids are doing. I'm part of the young Latin kings running around the streets.
Catamaran. James McCann.
I was on the phone to Shane.
The cracks or shadows of something going on deeper in your life. Cracks can signal the beginning of the end. A wind chill, the mortar between the bricks. Cracks can signal growth. Old skin making way for new skin. A butterfly. I think I'm really in the I've outgrown my old life, my old relationship, because I tell myself too, like as I teach myself to roll better blunts. You're watching the same. You're watching the shows you would have watched or waited. Oh, physical, 100. Oh, so, Squid Games show. Some animes to watch. Otherwise, you did most of the growing, thinking about career, self development alone. So it's like, let somebody go back and live at home and figure out themselves with their family, because otherwise they're gonna do what you were doing. You got a day off. Been reading this morning. You did yoga. About to go meditate. 10 minutes. Waking up. I mean, honestly, if the meditation goes too well, I might have to jump back in for another 30, and then get out for a hike. Do some financial rebalancing. Open up mail. Fix my weather strip on my car. Keep on keeping on. It's already been over 3 weeks anyway.
Yeah, they would have done me better than the monkeys. I keep thinking of signing up for the Walmart bank. Every time I said I went to the barber shop and they had a monkey.
So I think the biggest cause of like fulfillment right now will be tied to becoming getting into the CNA program as fast as possible.
Pick up someone of your race to cut your hair. The worst one I had was an Asian barber who had no idea what to do with it. It was worse. Yeah, I've had a worse. This is not the worst haircut, if you can believe it. The best one I had was an ex-con in Adelaide. That was great. Yeah.
Same. He said, in the years following, I became determined to figure out what was wrong with me, my friends, my students, my family, my country. I became obsessed with getting to the bottom of lies and the nonsense you and I have been told about mental health, wellness, relationships, and happiness. And what makes the good life. That's exactly what I've been up to for the majority in the back half of my 20s. So actually, since I was going towards an RN program and then COVID hit, and I was like, but wait a minute. Spike protein, no guaranteed immunity. And then I was working at an Amazon. Then an REI, and then after REI, it was Williams Sonoma warehouse. Quick overnight fries quick little stint at Axon, and then before you know, it's been 3 fucking years, brother. 3 to 4 years. 30 books later, 40 books later. But all right. Okay. We hit the impasse of a chapter, and I don't have a bookmark. Let's go find a bookmark.
They're not fucking drinking the raw milk. They say that they're like, there is like almost like a...
The shaman. Matt McCuskey's. Shit, yeah, I need a new, let's go with some bitch-ass succulents. Keep it simple. I don't want to take one out of another book. But you could use, the Avatar one. Yada. Perfect. Why not? Little lotus things reminds me of a lotus flower. Alright, clips. Yeah, I kind of want those space ones. But, cool. The book actually makes me feel like I'm... Oh, man, one more page to chapter 2. Hold on. Fuck it. This book is about story. Literally, I'm on this book. This book is about stories. Stories you're born into. Gosh, think about that. Make no mistake, these stories have a physical weight. We carry them everywhere we go. They impact our bodies. Body keeps the score. They impact our bodies, our minds, our communities, our family tree. They become our mental and physical health, our family systems, our faith, our future. The stories are both the problems and the solution. The path to being well and changing your life is simple. Just 5 steps. Repeated over and over and over again. Okay, the 5 steps are... Okay. Own your stories. Acknowledge reality. Get connected. Change your thoughts. Change your actions. That's truly it. Get connected. I say, yeah, to the inner dialogue, the body, your bullshit, your appraisal mechanism. Get connected. That's it. I didn't know. Fuck that. I didn't. You should say, I know. Don't roll your eyes. Don't move on yet. But no. It may sound simple, but it's hard to walk. I hope you will, but changing your life is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, most people have to be broken into it. There'll be times the path to healing curves deeply, but if you start walking, you'll change your life. You'll find freedom, peace, laughter, forgiveness, great sex and connection, deep sleep without medication, physical health, purpose, joy, and so much love. You'll change your family tree. The cracks are your new beginning. Here we go. Chapter 2 changes to the fact that I can hear his voice so well too. My head is like, and the speaking patterns of like being very down to earthy to an extent. I mean, I hear Bessel van der Boek's Volk, whatever his name is. I hear his accent, but like, bro, look at that right there. Let's just say that pretty normal, but compared to, there's like twice as many lines. I don't know. This book is just so fucking deep. Smaller font, more words per page. Either or, we have begun. And I'm not going to delete this fucking video. I'll upload everything today. I'll choose a name. Liminal Abstraction. Sean is yours. It just doesn't matter. Reading grants. If somebody's taking reading grants. There's your reading and then you rant. Or you're going to hopefully get hype, like, JBP, play a song, get hype about the book, hit the button, and then read for like 30 minutes to an hour straight, and then move on because you're going to have a lot of new studyings to do outside of the free reading, so we'll do that. We'll do that, but we got to upload. John.